Hi, this is Andrea Schulman again, and in today's quick law of attraction video, I'm going to encourage you to evaluate your programming. And this is something that made a huge impact in my life, and so if you're not currently doing it, I'm going to explain to you why it's so important. But first, if you're watching this video on my website or on YouTube, please be sure to subscribe because I do put out new law of attraction content every week. Also, if you're watching this video on YouTube or Facebook, make sure to turn on your notifications so that you see these videos when they come out. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this topic of evaluating your programming. All right, now when it comes to evaluating your programming with the law of attraction, what I'm really talking about are the mediums that you're putting yourself in front of repeatedly on a long-term basis. So taking stock of what kind of television shows you're watching, what kind of websites you're visiting, what kind of radio stations you're listening to, what kind of books that you're reading. And this is really, really important, and it's often very underestimated just how strong of a hold our programming has on us. So let me go ahead and give you an example. All right, now long ago, before I got into the law of attraction, I was hopelessly addicted to a TV series, a franchise of TV series that you may have heard of here in the United States called the Real Housewives series. And I got into that show on the very first episode of the very first season. And as time went on, there were more and more franchises for me to watch, which, by the way, in and of itself is a sign of the law of attraction. I paid attention to it and more of them showed up. Now, if you don't know much about that series, in that series, it's basically a bunch of well-to-do women who get together and there's lots of gossiping and backstabbing and snarky comments. And it's just very gossipy. And, you know, for me at the time, I found it to be highly entertaining. And over time, I found myself watching this show a lot because there were lots of these series that were going on simultaneously. And I could watch The Real Housewives at least several times a week. Something that I noticed when I got into the law of attraction is that programming directly correlated to the relationships that I had. So within groups of girlfriends, within social groups, I was seeing the same cattiness, the same backstabbing, the same kind of snarky attitude. And I myself was participating in those behaviors. And so one thing that was very helpful for me, once I made a note of that, was to back out of that programming. And so shows like that, I stopped watching. And as I stopped participating in the programming, those behaviors in my real life went away. Now today, I don't find that any of my friendships really contain that kind of competition or gossipiness or anything of that nature. And so that's an example of how programming can have a direct impact on your life. Because if you're sitting down to watch something or read something or listen to something over and over and over again, those are thoughts that are being embedded in your mind that you're practicing and rehearsing with quite a bit of consistency. And if those thoughts or behaviors elicit feelings from you that are sad, that are angry, that feel negative or feel like they have a lower vibrational essence, understand that practicing that state doesn't benefit you. And so I would really recommend that if you haven't already done this, please take inventory of the types of programming that you're watching, listening to, reading. Select things that make you feel good, that put a smile on your face, that are soothing, that are relaxing, that are uplifting. Avoid programming that makes you feel hostile, stressful, overwhelmed, frustrated, or violent, because all that does is get you practicing at a resonance that you really don't want to see reflected in your real life. But anyways, thanks so much for watching today's Law of Attraction tip. Again, please make sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications. And of course, please make sure to have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.